Tessa Coates, brand ambassador for Fuse Living. You may have heard a little bit about me from Shannon on her live stream the other day. I'm very excited to be able to interact with you guys in a new way, which is this digital way, the way we are all kind of having to work together and be in relationship. And so it's a whole new world we're kind of trying to create and survive and figure out these days. And so part of that is figuring out our ways of being these days. When I was in early childhood education, one of the things that really just kind of ignited for me was this reality that I kept observing, which was the environment that children are in really affects them. And there were ways that I could position things in a classroom or a space that children were living in and learning in to kind of optimize what I was hoping to accomplish and to bring the energy down, because we all know that kids can get a little crazy sometimes. And yeah, I got curious about it, started learning more about it, and really got to implement a lot of what I learned and see what worked and what didn't. And it's been a really exciting and fun journey that has been a part of my life, and I'm really excited to kind of be able to implement those things in my current role with Fuse. So some of the things that I've observed over the years that I thought I would just share with you guys on here were, well, let me backtrack a little bit. So I've gotten to observe all these things, and I would love to share them with you. I think we have a unique opportunity right now in our current cultural climate to be advocates for one another, and just help each other. And so here are some things that I have learned that are hopefully helpful to you. So one observation I would have for you is looking at the space your children are in every day and asking yourself, what are my children having to visually process right now? Like, really take a minute and look around. Is there a lot on the walls? Is there a lot on the surfaces? Is there a lot of furniture in the room? Does everything feel really closed in? Does it feel stressful to me? Does it look chaotic? If it looks chaotic, then it probably feels chaotic to your children. So observing things like that, really kind of taking a look at your space, and starting to process that. One suggestion too would be just getting down on your child's level. Where their eyes are is where your eyes should be, and look at it from that. Things that really feel wonderful and beautiful and exciting to us at a different level, because we're physically taller than our children, oftentimes, unless you've got teenagers, then they might be above you, are going to be, they're going to take that in a different way. And also just thinking about the zones of your house. You probably don't need to make your whole house just really little and low, but there's kind of their domain, and the spaces I really think of as their domain are their bedrooms, and if they have a playroom, their playroom, and really kind of figuring out those spaces to meet their needs, and see what they're visually having to process. So that's just just simple suggestion. It's just to observe, to kind of take those little steps, and see what you're seeing, and then ponder just how it makes you feel, and then wonder about how it might make them feel. I remember when I was teaching, and I had a day or week, I don't remember, but where we painted with red. We were exploring red, and we were painting with red, and I decided to put all those paintings up on the wall. And I already kind of knew that there's just this reality that colors and the things that we place around, especially children, will affect their energy and their moods. And I know red can be a piece that can really just be kind of energy amplifying, and a lot of times we want their spaces to be a little bit calmer. And so I took a risk and I was like, I'm just gonna put it up. I'll see how it goes. And that week, the kids were so whatever I'm trying to think of, frazzled. Maybe that's the word. But their energy was just really high, and they really couldn't seem to focus. And I just was like, what is going on? And so the next week, I took them down just to see if it would make a difference. And it was phenomenal. Just taking that little piece away, letting the walls once again be more neutral and soft versus kind of exciting and bold, shifted the energy of the room. And so that's just a little example of kind of what I'm talking about. But I would love to explore further examples with you, if you're interested. And these are just little things to start your brain working. And we'll talk about more from week to week. But get your brains thinking about environmental cues. That's a good way to summarize what I'm kind of talking about here, which is the reality that if we have a goal in mind for a space, whether we want it to be a calm, more of place where either rest or study can happen, what are the cues that we have in place environmentally? If you are hoping to have a kind of an area or a space where your kids are a little bit more grounded, a little bit more thoughtful, a little bit more, then what's in that area? Is it soft things? Things that could absorb sound? Cues that are going to tell them that this is a space for more quiet, thoughtful play? Versus if it's a louder area where you're hoping to let them just really play and exude some of that energy we all know that they have and they need to get going, what kind of things are around? What cues are being set off? So some food for thought. We'd love to hear what you would like to know more about, or if there's anything I can really expound upon. You can DM us right here, and we will try to answer some of your questions. This video, along with the other ones that I'm going to be making, will be on here, Facebook, YouTube. So try to keep them on all the platforms just as a resource that hopefully helps, and if nothing else, just triggers a thought of what could I do? How could I shake it up? What could we do to help? I think that's it. And I am definitely looking at notes. I'm not perfect at this. And I think that's okay, and let's all just give ourselves a little space to be a little less perfect right now. Okay, goodbye.